staple of all mammals. You see it in human beings, you've seen it in those hyenas, you've seen it in all sorts of animals, and so important for the development of muscles and neural pathways, coordination. The hippo is indeed still there. He's lying behind some of them. I don't want to give them a fright, so we're just going to stop here. Jane and Tammy, you've managed to find 8 wildebeest calves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely only got 7 at the moment. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're right. There are 8. Well done, Jane and Tammy. And that one there, Tibbs, if you go to the right-hand side, yeah, that one there. That looks to me like the newest one. It's obviously an impala coming up behind. That's not a baby wildebeest that was born with horns. Now here's a question for you who are watching. Tell me why you think it is that a young wildebeest would be a different color from its mother. Why have this kind of reddish or kind of liver brown color instead of the much more dark charcoal black? Look at that little thing, hardly walk. Marianne in Texas, you ask a very valid question about the status of the water here, with the hippo lying in it. And as you rightly state, hippopotamus are renowned for spraying their dung all over the place. And what is the state of that water, you want to know? Marianne, rancid is the state of that water. It smells disgusting. It smells like an enormous pile of hippopotamus dung. And despite that, just about the only animal that will reject that as a viable drinking source of water is elephants. The rest will happily drink from it, and it is astonishing to me. If you were to put your nose into that water, I think you'd probably have a bacterial infection that would last you until next year sometime. Yeah, I think that's the newest one. So even though that is the case, Marianne, you'll find that there's, the animals are not affected by it. And even elephants, if they have to, they will drink it. I mean, now that wildebeest, of course, is going to the loo in the water that his mother is about to drink. So they really are not affected by these sorts of things. But if that mother isn't very careful, her baby's going to be stuck in the mud. No, there we go. Out she goes. And then there's one trying to suckle. Tibbs just over to the left-hand side there. Yeah, that one is trying to suckle there. Carol in Missouri, if you tune in next week, I will be able to show you a picture of Pete's Pond at Mashatu if I start driving now. So Carol, we're a long way from Mashatu. I'll actually try and draw you a map a little bit later, but I'll explain it to you now. We're in the northeast corner of South Africa, and Mashatu is in the northwestern corner of South Africa. We're probably, as the crow flies, difficult to say. I'd say probably about 600 to 700 kilometers away. So that's about 450 miles, Carol. So that's a long way away. It's a beautiful reserve, Mashatu, in Botswana. And if you ever get the chance to visit, it's really stunning. Totally different kind of habitat from this, right at the edge of the Kalahari Desert. So lots of open spaces, lots of beautiful rocky outcrops, and deep sands. Mopani Veld, huge clearings of golden grasses. It's very beautiful indeed. But a long way from here. and it's on what we call the Highveld. So I mean, you've seen the Drakensberg Mountains in the west. We've filmed them often enough, and so it's much higher up than this. Soils are much deeper, and very different suite of species that you get there, and much less rain than here even. Now, Karen, I don't know how to answer your question. You say that yesterday Brent saw one more pregnant female, and you want to know if she's still around. Karen, I'm going to have a look-see with my powerful binoculars. I can't see any obvious candidates. There might be one. No, Carol, I would say we're probably pretty much done here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I think, Carol, I'm going to say probably not, except for that one there. Yeah, maybe that one. Tebs, if you go to the left of the left of the next one along, that one there. That one might be pregnant. Yeah, that could certainly be the last remaining pregnant one. Well, she may have just given birth. But she does look pretty round. And it is...
These lilapans at the moment, just grooming. Which is very nice. That's good. Yeah. Oh, look, guys, I haven't seen him in so long. This is Mr. Quarantine. He has definitely got a lot bigger and a bit darker. Why don't you guys double check for me? Send through your answers to which leopard do you think this is, and send that to questions@wildearth.tv or use the hashtag Safari Live on Twitter. iPhone orbs, make your way. So if it is Mr. Q, he's got that very distinct, almost landing strip along his back, a very distinct spot pattern. I haven't seen him in so long, I don't know if I can remember his facial spot pattern. And also another distinctive mark is he's got a British, almost a British pound sign above his left eye. And he turns to look at us again. There we go. Ah, there it is. Looks like it if he turns his head forward on. Oh, tired kitty. Unfortunately. There we go. Mr. Quarantine. Nice to see you, bud. It's been a while. But he has definitely grown. So, here we go, Susie. This is for you. Susie said, we have to see Quarantine. He has to return my heart, which he stole a while ago. Well, at least our afternoon plan has come to fruition. Scott, behind you. So Scotty was on the area helping, so he's also going to come have a quick look at Mr. Q. how much bigger his neck is than the last time we saw him. Hey, Andrew, he's got so much bigger. And when I saw those tracks on the road, they're almost probably indistinguishable from an adult male leopard now. You're starting to get those jowls the male leopard gets. You can see that flies. Oh, yeah, going to yawn. The deer on YouTube is wondering whether Quarantine Male is the one who hisses at the cars. And no, dear, that's his brother, Kunuma. He hisses a lot at the vehicles. And it's quite warm, and he has been moving, but I think he will move again. Hopefully he comes deeper into Djuma just for a little visit. Obviously, not good for him these days to be hanging around too deep into Djuma with Tingana having pushed Mvula a bit further to the east and to the north. So if Tingana came across, you would definitely try attack Mr. Q. I'm going to try reposition us again so we can have a look at his face. But Murphy's Law, as soon as we drive around, he lies flat and faces this way again. But worth the try. It's just the car. There we go, see, now he's looking this way again. You can see on the back of his ears he's got quite a few ticks. There's one there. Also on the inside of his ears, and you can see how the biting flies have really affected the edges. And that specific species of fly that does the biting is called a stable fly. And it bites, oh, here comes another yawn. Oh, big one. It bites people as well as, but it favors sort of domestic and wild livestock. And a lot of people who have pets will know about that, with his ears being the ears of dogs and cats being very badly bitten, especially if you live in South Africa. And unfortunately for Q, there's no one there to put cream on his ears. So Paul Rizzo is saying he's almost as big as Mvula now, possibly in sort of height and that Paul, but definitely not as heavy yet. He's still got a bit of filling out to do. I'm just going to try reposition us so we can see his face. I think he is going to lie down facing away from us again. Now look at that. How's that for camouflage?